Hello, and welcome, PICK-3 at a Glance family. How's everybody today? I'll get started here. Welcome to PICK-3 at a Glance Live. I have Mo Money Terry here. And if you're not familiar with my live or with my channel, I specialize in PICK-3 only. I do PICK-3 because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. And it's trackable, like I say, trackable. And with PICK-3 at a glance, I take 22 numbers, do the 1-1 rundown on 22 numbers, and you have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. That's why I say with a home, and no grids, no date sums, no root sums, no tic-tac-toes, no multiple different rundowns that you have to learn to win big. The way you're going to win is tracking your own numbers for your own state and tracking all 1,000 numbers and using the law average to your advantage. If you're tracking all 1,000 numbers for your state using the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, every day you track those numbers, you will learn something about the actual numbers to win. You won't get that with just the grids, the root sums, the date sums, the tic-tac-toes, and the multiple different rundowns. I've been tracking and playing PICK-3 for 30 years, and I've used all those. And one thing I realized is that I never knew why I was playing the numbers that I was playing. When I did win, I never knew what numbers to pick up by using just the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the root sums, and the grids, and the multiple different rundowns. I realized that I had to know what all 1,000 numbers was doing. And the only way you're going to do that and know and build a strategy and a skill set to win big for your own state, you have to track your own numbers. I don't care what strategy they're using. If they're not using something that allows you to know what's going on with all those 1,000 numbers, you're playing a loser's game. Because the lottery is set up for you to lose, not for you to win. And they know that all the odds are totally in their favor because you have 1,000 numbers. You got 365 days in the year. If you played a different number every day, exact, you still got 635 of those numbers that you have no idea what's going on with those numbers unless you're tracking. And like I say, if you're tracking all 1,000 numbers every day that you use the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, you're actually learning something of what's going on with the numbers in your state. I say I take 22 numbers, do the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers. And with those 22 numbers, you have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations, period. There's no more guessing of what's going on with those numbers if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. Okay? So that's why I put this together. I made it easy and simple for everybody to be able to use it. I can teach it to a 5th grader. Once you get started and put the strategy together, you'll see how simple it is to track your own numbers for your own state. Alrighty, and all I use is the 1-1-1 rundown, period. And like I said, you won't have to be using the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the grids, the flips, and the multiple different rundowns because they only give you a small percentage of the picture of what you need to know. And working with the law average, and that's all you really have to use to your advantage because the law average will not change. There's an average to everything. Okay? And you're only getting a third of those 1,000 numbers every year rather. So you have to use the law average to your advantage. And the only way you can know what's going on with the law of averages that you're tracking all 1,000 numbers. There's no way around it to win. I mean, if you want, now if you plan for fun, you can do everything else you want to do because it really don't matter. But if you're planning to win and increase your chances of winning big, you're going to have to put the work in. You're going to have to track the actual 1,000 numbers and see what they're doing in your state. I'm telling you right now, numbers don't follow numbers. I used to think that. I thought everything there is in the 30 years. I used to think that certain numbers bring certain numbers. It doesn't work like that. Those 1,000 numbers are random. There's no logic to randomness. 1 in 1,000 odds. Only thing that you have to work with is the law of average and narrow the numbers down. Make a bucket list of what's the best numbers to look at playing as you're tracking the numbers with PICK-3 at a glance to see what's going on with all 1,000 numbers at one time. And you will see it, okay, using the strategy. So I'm Illinois. I'm state specific for Illinois. I'm state specific. I'm happen to be in Illinois because I had eye surgery. And I had to come over here and stay with my daughters to my eyes recover. But I don't see a lot going on right now, so it'll be a while. So rather than try to keep doing Missouri, I just started tracking Illinois. I went back and got all the data for Illinois so I could track them properly. So right now, I'm state specific for Illinois. And I've tracked the numbers. So yesterday evening, 262 came in. That's the only one I track is evening. PICK-3 at glance works for any draw. If you're a day person, track middays. If you're evening person, track evenings. Okay? And don't try to chase all these numbers midday and evening. I used to do that, been there. I do win middays too, but I have to track all 1,000 numbers for midday and evening. But I once you get PICK-3 at a glance under your belt, you won't have to be as heavy on the midday or the evening as you do on one specific draw. Okay? So here we have the 262 that came in. 262 that came in. And we're going to do the 111 rundown over the twos. And what we're going to do with the winning number, this is the winning number that came in. Winning number that came in. You're going to add 1 to each one of the numbers. This is a double. So you're going to add 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10. But in lottery math, you only use single numbers. So you can only use the 0 and leave out the 1 on the left-hand side. And then 1 to 0, you get 1. And then 1 to 1, you get 2. Same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you add it correctly. Same here, you add 1 to 6, you get to 7. 1 to 7, you're going to get 8. 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10 again, but you just use a 0. 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you're going to get 2. 1 to 2, you're going to get 3. 1 to 3, you're going to get 4. 1 to 4, you're going to get 5. And 1 to 5, you're going to get 6. Same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you add it correctly, you just stop here. You don't have to add any further, okay? You reached as far as you can go. Here, 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 0 again. And 1 to 0, you're going to get 1. and the 1, you're going to get 2. Same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you've added correctly, okay? Like that. Now, with the PICK-3 at a glance, like I said, I take 22 numbers. I do the same 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers, and it allows me to get all 1,000 numbers and their possible combination. So those 22 numbers, what I'm looking for in those 22 numbers and 22 columns is the base number. It's the base number, all right? So once you start doing this, you'll automatically be able to point out the base number in your rundown when you do the 1-1 rundown. And I know that the base number here is a 040. All right? And when you have a double like this, doubles can come 3 different ways. This double here and PICK-3 can come. That's why they say they can bet combination or straight. This here, if you betted this number here straight, you get the jackpot prize. But when you box them, it's like an insurance. Any way this number come in, which it can come in 2, 6, 2. It can come in 2, 2, 6, and it can come in 6, 2, 2. Okay? So this number can go any way. So what I'm looking for is the base number here, which I know is 004. So I'm going to go to the master sheet of strategy number 1. Here is the master sheet, which is strategy number 1. Here's 12 of the 22 numbers, which is singles up here. So a double came in. So with strategy number 1, I did the doubles, and it's only 10 of those doubles. So I'm going to go to the doubles. And I'm going to go and look for the 040, but it's not 040. Here is 044. Same number, just like the way I show you how the 262 could come, and it's the same number come 3 different ways. Same with the 004. All right. So here you're going to go down to find the 262, and there it is, but it shows as 226. Same number, and you mark it off. Bam, you're done. You do the same thing on all the columns. You're going to do the 1-1 rundown, find the base numbers. These are the base numbers for the double. I'm just going to call them out. Is 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, triple zeros. All right. Then you got here, you got 011 and 022. Let me make sure you can see it. 011. I better make sure you can see all of it. Let me see. Make sure you see everything here. Okay. I'm going to go again. I'm going to go a little slower because I'm not sure everybody can see. Make sure everybody can see. Okay. Column 1, 011. Column 2, 022. Column 3, 033. Column 4, 044. Column 5, 005. Column 6, triple zeros. Okay. Column 7, 011. Column 8, 022. column 9, 033, and column 10, 044. What I did, these numbers here, which are the base numbers, I did the 1-1 rundown on all these base numbers here to make the 10 columns for the doubles. Now, whenever your winning number come in, if it's a double, all right, if it's a double, these base numbers will always be in the rundown. Okay? Whenever you get a double come in your estate and you do the 1-1 rundown on any double, these base numbers up top here that I just called out will always be in the rundown. Might not be in the same position. That doesn't mean anything. It's the same number, just the way it can come. All right? Now, with technology today, they have an app that do the 1-1 rundown for you. Okay? Just like I did this 1-1 rundown here, it's an app that'll do the 1-1 rundown for you. And it's a powerful app. You want to get this app, add it to your Android or your iPhone. It's called PICK-3 Pro, but it's made by Blind Squirrel LLC. So when you hit this here, you download the app, you open it up, See, I say Blind Squirrel LLC. Can you see that? Yeah, I guess. And then what you're going to do, the winning number that came in for the day, the winning number, whether it's midday or evening, you're going to enter it into these 3 circles here. And you're going to touch here. And the window comes up, you're going to hit 2, 6, 2. All right? Then you see all these different numbers that they try to use a rundown and try to hit the numbers the next day. That ain't happening. That's why I went to the 1-1-1 rundown, because it's simple and it's easy to use and it's easy for everybody to catch on to it and understand. Here, you're going to see that in a second, it did all that 1-1 rundown for you. So what you're looking for is the base number in these 6 numbers here. And you see right here, all these numbers I did the 1-1-1 rundown on, you have right here, okay? You have right here, you have the 373. There it is right there. You had the 484 right there. You had the 595 right there. You had the 606 right there. You had the 717. You have the 828. You have the 939. See, you have the 044, which is the base number. That's all you got to say. Okay, I know what column that's under because I see the 044. You're going to go to that column. And you have the 151. Very simple. Whenever you do this, run this base number, run this 111, you're going to have the same numbers you just added. Now, if this 262 had came a different way, then this 4040 would be different. Because remember I told you the doubles can come 3 different ways? Okay, so what we're going to do here is clear it, and I'm going to give you an example. What if it had came 226? 6, and you hit the 111 rundown.
You have a low credit score. This hack is for you. It's called Kickoff. Here's how it works. Sign up and you'll...
Okay, we're going to do this here. I'm going to try to do it again. I'm going to have to get my other phone so it don't do this on me.
The $750 and it's not a credit card. Just pay a couple.
Clear all. Try it again. I have to get another phone. You can get the Pro, but I didn't invest in the Pro. But like I said, they can get to these apps because even if you're offline or whatever and change whatever they want on these apps, if your phone even off, and I know it. So it ain't opening up. Let's see. Open up thing. Okay. That's called Blind Squirrel Pro. And then you're going to the put it in for 2, 2, 2, 6. You're going to do the 1-1 rundown on it. And there, you see all the numbers change positions along with the number that came in. And here, it was 044 at first, but now it's 004. So that's still the same column you would go to. All right. This here is excellent app to have. All right. Now, that would be strategy number 1. Now I'm going to call off the single numbers, base numbers, so you'll know what they are. What you're going to do is take these 22 numbers and do the 1-1 rundown on these 22 numbers I give you, and that's going to give you a start to using the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. Take your time, get the strategy done. If you're in a ditch, the only way to get out the ditch is stop digging. I'm talking from what I know. You got to stop. You got to stop, learn a total winning strategy. And a total winning strategy is learning how to track all 1,000 numbers. Okay, here you go with the 012, the 013 for column 3. Can you see that? Let me make sure everybody can see here. Let me see. Make sure here. Yeah, I know you can see it now. All right, we got column 1 is 012. Column 2 is 013. Column 3 is 014. Column 4 is 015. Column 6 is, I'm sorry. Column 4 is 015. Column 5 is 016. Column 6 is 017. Column 7 is 018. Column 8 is 024. Column 9 is 025. Column 10 is 026. Column 11 is 027. And column 12 is 037. Those are the 12 numbers you're going to need to do the 1-1 rundown on them. And with those 12 columns and the 1-1 rundown, you got 720 of those 1,000 numbers at a glance you're looking at any time. Anytime. There's no more guesswork on what numbers is going on and what's going on with the numbers and what you're not looking at. Every time you use this sheet, you will be learning something about the actual numbers to win. Okay? 720 of these numbers, you do the 1-1-1 rundown on them, and you got all possible combinations. Reason being, you got each one of these columns can come 6 different ways. That gives you 60 numbers you're looking at a glance that you know what's going on with those 1,000 numbers. Anytime one of these columns don't hit, you'll know. A number don't fall off of it, you'll know. If one of these columns don't hit in 3 months, you'll know. Are you going to be guessing to play with numbers if you know you got a column of 60 numbers ain't hit in 3 months or 4 months? And it can take that long. But the only way you're going to know what's going on with those 60 numbers are you actually tracking the numbers and what numbers didn't fail or didn't fall off the column. This is what you're looking for. When you know, you grow. If you don't know, you ain't going nowhere. When you know, you grow. That's all I can tell y'all. Okay? When you know, you're going to grow. You're going to get smarter and smarter. You'll build a skill set and a strategy to winning in your state. You can't have anybody else tracking these numbers for you all and think you're going to win and win big. If you do, it's going to be luck. Luck run out. Luck run out. You can't build a strategy off of tic-tac-toe, date, sum, grid, flip, mirrors, and everything and not know why you playing your numbers. Because when you get through, you ain't going to know why you playing the numbers. Okay. Now, here, the doubles is 700. Is the doubles. Let me go to the double sheet here for you. Like I said, you already know what's going on with 720 of those numbers. The doubles, they can come 3 different ways. All right. So you got 9 of those. One column is 30 numbers you're looking at a glance on the doubles at all times where you can strategize. Like I said, when you're using these sheets, you're going to learn something. You're going to know, not only learn it, you're going to know it, what's going on with the 1,000 numbers in your state. Period. Now, so you got 30 numbers here that you're looking at a glance on the doubles in each column, and you only got 10 of them to know. The triples only come one way, so you're going to have, they don't change positions, triples don't. But you're going to have 9 of the doubles to change positions, and that's going to be 30 of them. And that's going to be 9 times 30, going to give you 270 of those doubles. You ain't guessing what's going on with them at a glance. That's why I call it picture at a glance. So you got the 270 numbers. So you're going to put them here. You got the 270 on the doubles. The 720 on the singles gives you 990 numbers at a glance, plus the 10 on the triples. So that gives you 990 plus 10 gives you the 1,000 numbers you're looking at a glance. That was my first sheet I started that I put together. Okay? Where I could see all 1,000 numbers, and that improved my game greatly. Now, that's why this is not going to change. You get 365 days in the year. You got 1,000 numbers. You got 1 in 1,000 odds. None of it's going to change. Working with and using the law average. None of that's going to change either. None of it. It's not going to change. So, but you can looking to use the law average to your advantage. You're looking to see what numbers have played to know what numbers are left to play. That's the strategy. And that's not going to change. And as you start tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you'll begin to see that with the other 3 strategies that I have left that I'll explain. Okay? So let's go to strategy number 2. This is strategy number 2. Tracking the single pairs right here. Out of 1,000 numbers, I can track all the pairs that played out of those 1,000 numbers. And what pairs are left for me to play working with the law average. That's why I say with this, you'll always be learning something every day, not guessing something every day. Okay? Here you go. The number that came in was the 262. You had two separate numbers, the 262, with the 2 and the 6 are separate numbers. The double twos are the same. So what you're going to do here is you're going to do the 26. See here? See, I can tell the 26 didn't come in all month because it's not circled for the month. I'll do the 26 at a glance. And the 22. So when I want to reference back to what's going on with them numbers, I got it right there. And you're going to do the 22 at the top. Now here, if you get a single, 3 separate numbers, like 1, 2, 3, you got 3 separate numbers, so you're going to have 3 pairs to circle. You're going to have the 12. If when it comes in, you'll mark the 12, you'll mark the 13, and you'll mark the 23. Here I can tell the 23 already came in of this month. You'll know everything going on with the numbers in the whole month at a glance. So you'll know how to play it, how to strategize and build your skill set for your state. Okay, I'm going to say it again. You got 3 separate numbers. You're going to have the 12, the 13, and the 23. You mark off. Now, if you get a triple come in, say the triple twos, then what you're going to do with the triple twos, since it's only one number and it's a double, you're going to mark off the double twos to let you know that the double two pair came in that month if it don't come in with something else like it already came in with the 262. That way you got it covered. Now, the way I've won with using this strategy, every month the numbers don't come in. Like these numbers I got underlined from last month that didn't come in, I carry them over to May. So, working with the law average, I'm seeing which one of these numbers is going to come in for the month of May. And whatever number is left, then that's the number I'll add to my bucket list of pairs left to play. For instance, 1 month, in 2022, the 38 pair didn't fall for 4 months. I'm telling you, you'll see what's going on. These pairs can take 4 months to fall. And if you're not tracking, you could be playing numbers with 38 in it and losing for 4 months. But if you're tracking, you'll see what's going on with the numbers and you won't be playing those type of numbers. If you see it ain't been in 1 month, I usually look at 60 days on a pair. If the pair ain't been in 60 days, I got my eye on it. And then if it don't come in 90 days, I definitely have my eye on it. And that 4th month, it's good to go. Don't try to hit the numbers. Let the numbers hit you. See what they're doing before you start playing all your money trying to hit. Don't let the numbers, don't try to hit the numbers. Let the numbers hit you because you're going to have, the ball is in your court when you're tracking all 1,000 numbers. Other than that, you don't know what's going on. So that 38 hadn't failed. So I did a wheel did 38. And this is what you do with a pair that you're looking at play. And you can add it to your bucket list. So what you're going to do, and I call wheel in pairs. Say that 38, when that 38 didn't hit for 4 months, I added to my bucket list to play. So when I won, and I always know what to do when I win, I wheeled it. Call this the wheel. I wheeled it. I did 381. 382, 383, 384, 385, 386, 387, 388, and 389. That's what you call a wheel. And what do you do with this? If you've been tracking all the time and knowing what's going on with the number, I knew this 38 pair hadn't failed on the front. And this 85 hadn't failed on the back. So you'll be able to strategize and win through the year, but you won't be guessing why you winning. You'll know why you winning, and you'll be able to analyze how you lost. Now here, so I loaded up on the 385 because I knew what's going on with it. And these here, I just played them 50-cent box, and they came in 385. Like that. So that's how you win. That's how you strategize. And with not being in for 4 months, I decided to keep carrying the 38, and every time it came in, I won. Because I knew that it hadn't been in for 4 months for the whole year. The pair hadn't been in. That's how you strategize and build your skill set for your own state. Okay. Next strategy is strategy number 3. Okay. They would say, when I was out searching, trying to learn how to play the PICK-3 game, they would say, oh, look and see what number ain't played. And they'll track, see what number ain't played for midday and evening and then tell you it's cold, you that's not the, you need to stick with either midday or evening doing your tracking, whatever strategy you're using. I mean, well, not every strategy. If you, it's got to be a total winning strategy, and that's the only total winning strategy is tracking all 1,000 numbers. But they would say a number is cold, so play it with the numbers that you playing. And then in the first place, I didn't know why I was playing the number, so I didn't know what I was going to be doing with that code number anyway. Okay, so what I did, I say, okay, that don't make sense just to be looking at one number when I got three numbers. I need to know what's going on with three numbers. So what I did, I made three columns from 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9. And I say every time a PICK-3 number come in, I'm gonna know where that number was that it didn't fall, working with the law of average. I gotta know what numbers played so I know what numbers to play, working with the law of average. So just like this 262 came in, I can see that that's the first time that 2 hit on the front. Oh, I'm sorry. That ain't the first time. My eyes messing with me a little bit. I can see that, okay, the 2, it fell on the front already once. And then the 6 fell in the middle. And the 2, so I can see that's the first time for sure that it fell on the end. So I'm going to have to scratch this off so I don't throw myself off. I think I'll just make a little line to remind me that it didn't come in. Sometimes if I do something like that, I'll write a no if it don't erase, because sometimes I use a pen to know that it didn't come in. Then I'll go back and check myself to see if it came in. So you know that it came. So it did come on the front. It did come in the middle. The first time it hit on the end. And how I use that, say, and any number that didn't hit in what position, I carry it over to June. So I'm always knowing what's going on with those 1,000 numbers. Always know what's going on with those 1,000 numbers. So here, how I use that to my advantage. One year, I forget what the year was, but it was a month that sevens didn't hit, come with no numbers for a whole month. I thought I was tripping. I say I must have missed a 7, like, out of one of the numbers. And I went back and double checked. No 7s that came in for the whole month. And the reason why I was checking the 7s because I was going to the end of the next month, and I hadn't marked off any 7s. And I say, wait a minute, you got 2 months with no 7, nowhere to be found. So working with the law of average, I knew 7s had to fall unless they was cheating. They had to fall. It's the law of average, and that's been 90 days, going on 60 days. So I loaded up on 777s, 7-7 front in Missouri, 7-7 back. And the 7s came in. They had to fall. And they kept coming. Because when 2 7s don't fall, or 7s don't fall with no numbers, it's something up with that deal. And you can get on it. And you'll see it ahead of time when it's coming. Not after it then came. And try to track the numbers after they then came and try to win. Okay? And that's what I do here. That's how I won pretty decent with that one. Okay? Now here is my front pair, back pair sheet. That's strategy number 4. Oh, too, I'm going to do a Q&A at the end of the live, okay? I'm not doing any chatting during the live, but I do a Q&A at the end of the live. That way, it makes it easier for me to teach and stay focused on what I'm teaching, and then it makes me more easier to answer you all's questions, and you probably gather more questions as I go through the live. So if I'm answering questions through the live, then it throws me off and probably you off, because you're going to have another question afterwards. This way you can gather your questions and I can answer them all together. Here's the front pair and back, very powerful sheet. I won pretty good with it also. Okay. You got the same numbers on the top here you have on the bottom. So far for the whole year, I've tracked all the front pairs and back pairs that came in for the whole year. Okay? That's what I've done. So like the 26, the 26, I'm gonna see if it came in for the year yet. No, it hasn't. I'll circle it off. And the 6-2 for the back. See if it came in. Yeah, the 6-2 for the back has came in. At a glance, I know what's going on with it. 6-2 for the back. Now, what I usually mainly do with this sheet here, toward November and December and January, those my powerful winning months because I call them my tax season months because that's what these. Because I done narrowed everything down, worked with the law average. I know just about how everything is played. I done build my skill set and my strategy. Now I'm good to go, and my winnings increase during those months. Okay, and I usually look for triples. That's when I start looking for triples. I really don't play triples all year at all. I don't play triples all year. Reason being, triples only can come three different ways on average, and they don't pay no different than anything else. But I know a lot of people love to play those triples. I used to be that way, figuring I played a whole run of triples from zero down to triple zeros to triple nines, and had no idea why I was playing triples. But this is how the strategy, the best way to win on triples. You're gonna do like I say, these numbers on top, numbers on bottom. If a double zero ain't fail all month, pretty much November and December, and a double zero ain't fell on the back, triple zeros is my number to fall to play. Any of these doubles that don't fall on the front or the back for the whole year, that's my triple to play at the end of the year. If no triple has failed all year, because by law average, three of them gonna fall out of the year because three of them could fall in 1 month. If we're talking about averages, you know what I'm saying? But you know for sure maybe one or two gonna show. And 9 out of 10, if you see that a front pair double and a back pair double ain't failed, that's your one to play. And then you also be by doing your tracking. Okay, in 2022, double eights only failed January 1st. 20, and then no double fell on the 8, fell on the front or the back all the way up to September. Right then and there, no triple had failed. That let me know to pick up them 8s. Another thing I knew tracking was 3-3 front and 3-3 back hadn't failed. They mirror each other. If you a seasoned player, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go through mirroring numbers in a minute, so you understand. So I say, okay, them 3s or 8s got to fall because the 3-3 front and 3-3 back hadn't played. So I played the 3s, the 8s, front and back. 3s and 8 front and back. The 8s came in. We won. That was a good win. And I had a subscriber and they was following me, and that was in Missouri at the time. I told him, get on the 8s. Get on 8s. So I like to tell this story. He was out. He went to the surf station where he played his numbers. He played his numbers and went and got his gas and was pumping gas. And somebody came out the store and said, them daggone triple 8s came in. And he was following me and playing them ever since I said, get on them. And he said he went and stopped pumping gas and started doing the James Brown. I said, don't worry, bro. We was all doing James Brown that day. Because I said, stay on them. Like you hear me at the end say, play them till they come, make that money out. Don't be bouncing on and off them numbers. Stay on your numbers. And this here will show you how long it takes for these numbers to hit. You won't be just jumping on and off numbers. That's where you make your mistakes. Say, well, I'm playing for, I used to do this. Play my numbers for a couple of days. As soon as I get off of it, here it comes. For one, I didn't know why I was playing it. And that's what most everybody's problem is. You don't know why you're playing your number. And if you don't know why you're playing it, don't play it. And tracking all 1,000 numbers is the only way you can strategize and build a skill set for your state, for your numbers, because all numbers run different in all states. You're going to see there's no such thing as traveling numbers. It's only 1,000 of them. We got 53 states in the country. Half of them playing 4 and draws and 5 draws and on PICK-3, Texas got 2 midday, 2 evening draws. Another state got 3 draws. And man, you think those 1,000 numbers ain't gonna fall in all them states? They might fall, but they traveling different. They rotating different in every state. Midday numbers going to rotate different from evening numbers. That's why you have to track them different. So if you got 4 of them, like in Texas, you got to track all of them. I wouldn't track all of them. I just track one and get good at it, and maybe pick up another one as I go. But that's what you got to do. You got to track all your numbers, all total. PICK-3 at a glance is a total winning strategy, not a partial winning strategy, not just a tic-tac-toe, a date sum, a grid, a root sum, like that. Okay? Because you will learn something every day you use this. And you're not learning anything with other strategies that you're not tracking all 1,000 numbers. You learn something every day with the numbers you play and how to play it. Okay? And so, and 9 out of 10, and I don't play triples, but the only time I play them, and I've won every time, is because I'm tracking the front pair and the back pair of those doubles. And I'm looking for the mirror. If that, like I said, that 3-3 and that A8, that 3-3 and that A8 front pair and back pair didn't fall on each side, I knew they had the mirror. They had the mirror working with the law average. That's what I mean. You're going to learn something every day, tracking your own numbers for your own state. Now I'm going to show you what mirroring is, how to do mirroring, and how mirroring is important with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. Okay. Mirroring the numbers. They got a thing called mirror and flip, and you'll see what's confusing, and it confused me for a long time when I was following other channels trying to learn how to play PICK-3. They would talk about mirrors and flips, but some of the channels was interchanging mirrors with flips, because I knew they didn't understand the difference between the two. They'd say they'll flip the number, and they meant mirror, and I was guilty of that. I followed that same thing, and I realized that I was wrong. When I started my channel, I had to figure out what was really going on with the definition of flipping mirror, and I still don't know how you use these flip numbers, and I'm not really interested, because I really don't need it, because it's not going to allow me to have an organized tracking strategy. And you're going to have to be organized to win big. Okay, you got to organize yourself. Okay, you got to organize yourself and track the numbers and know what's going on with them, and how to play them, and play responsibly and be persistent as much as you can. But play responsibly. Give yourself a budget, so you don't be all bent out of shape when you're losing. Because you build a budget, you're tracking the actual numbers. When you do lose, it's not going to hit you as hard, because you're going to be able to see, okay, this is what happened. This is next. Now I know how to play these numbers, play this number, and make up. Okay? So here's the mirrors. Mirrors is from 0 to 9. Okay? You add 5 to the 0 to 9. Flips from the 0 to 9 is plus 3. So here's the difference. You add 5 to 0, you get 5. You add 5 to 1, you get 6. You add 5 to 2, you get 7. 5 to 3, you get 8. 5 to 4, you get 9. 5 to 0, you get 10. But in lottery math, you only use one single digit, and so you're just going to use the 0, not the 1 on the left-hand side. 5 to 6, you get 11, you use the 1. 5 to 7, you use 2. Is 12, you just use 2. 5 to 8, you get 13, you just use 3. And 5 to 9 is 14, and you just use the 4. Okay? So here is a number line. What I did was I want you to imagine that the 1,000 numbers, you took and you divide them in half. Okay? And you divide them in half, and you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 representing the top of the numbers on top. And you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 representing the bottom numbers, the high and low numbers. Okay. Now, 0, same as a 5, 5 same as a 0, 1 same as a 6, 6 same as a 1, 2 same as a 7, 7 same as 2, 3 same as a 8, 8 same as 3, 4 same as 9, 9 same as 4. That's what they call mirroring also, or opposite, exactly opposite. Okay, so let's say On top, you got triple zeros to 499. That's your top of your 1,000 numbers. On the bottom, you got 500 to 999. That's the bottom of your 1,000 numbers. So this was easy for me to see and understand because say you played 012 and a lot played 567. All they did was mirror your whole number or did the opposite of the number. Okay? Same here. Vice versa. You play 567, they play 012. They just play the opposite of mirror of that number. If you play 234 equal 789, then they just did the same thing. You play 234, they play 789. They mirrored your number, played the opposite, same vice versa. Now you play a double 122, and they play 677. They just played the opposite mirror of your number. And if you play triple zeros, they play triple fives. They did the same thing, opposite and mirrored your number. That's what you call. I can understand that because it's the same number right underneath the 1,000 numbers, and it's exact opposite. But here, with the flips, where you add the +3, I don't understand it, and I really don't. And so if I don't understand it, I don't teach it. But I just explain it to this point. +3 gives you +3 plus 0 gives you 3. 3 plus 1 gives you 4. 3 plus 2 gives you 5. 3 plus 3 gives you 6. 3 plus 4 gives you 7. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 3 plus 6 equals 9. 3 plus 7 equals 0. 3 plus 8 equals 1. And 3 plus 9 equals 2. Because like I say, single digits. 3 plus 7 really equals 10, but you only use the 0, right? And here the same way, 8. 3 plus 8 is 11. You're using the 1, and the 9 is 12. Fairly simple. But the thing is, when you mirror a number, this 012 would be 567 using the +5. And then on the flip, if you flip it, the 012 would be 345. So you got two different numbers. So you have to know the difference in those numbers. Okay? Now, the beauty of that, with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, the way I laid it out, all these numbers mirror each other, every column. So at a glance, you'll know what number in this opposite fell or didn't follow those 1,000 numbers, which is powerful. Because here, I get in the middle here where I know you can more likely see. 024, the mirror of it is 579, right there at a glance. So you'll always know off that column that the number and its opposite fell. The lady told me it was genius. I'm not a genius, y'all, believe me. It's just something that I played with and came up with that made sense to me. Now, if that's genius, common sense is genius, I would say. But I guess that's genius. And I guess she was a math person or something because she understood it exactly what I was doing. I didn't understand it at first because it took me forever to figure out this 037, why I had to go all the way over there to get the numbers to made up. But I figured it out somehow. Any of these. So the reason being this is powerful, as you're tracking, and like I say, every day you'll be learning on how to be a better player. If one of these columns don't fall for 3 months, like I can tell you, they can take 3-4 months to fall. When you do win, you'll know to go to that column and start picking your numbers off of that column. And what you're looking for, if you got a column ain't failed for 3 or 4 months, you're looking for that number and its opposite to see if neither one of them fail. Right there, you're in the law average. You're going to play both of those numbers because you know 9 out of 10, one of those two going to fall. If you're not in position to play the whole column, you definitely want to play that number and its opposite that didn't fall. And you know they failed in 90 days or 120 days. That puts the ball in your court. No guessing. You only got these 10 numbers to look at, and you know what's going on with them, and when they really 60 numbers, because you know they can come 6 different ways. And the same way with the doubles. They can come three different ways. Same way with the doubles here. Let's go to the doubles. Let's see. One page too many. With the doubles. And that's how you want to play. With the doubles. Same with the doubles. Make sure I can see. Okay, yeah. See here? It's 001. If you know a double column ain't hit, and doubles will take you about 4 months before they hit on a column. But that's good. Time is on your side. The longer column take for me, and I got my own eye on, and the more I lick my chops, because I know what numbers I'm gonna play. I know what numbers I'm gonna play, and I was like that many a time. Not many a time I was like that. I lick my chops. I'll be waiting on the column. I hope it don't come until I hit. And if it do come, I can pick it back up. But yeah, I'm watching that column like a hawk. Oh yeah, Joe. Oh, you took 30 days? Okay, good. You took 60 days? Oh yeah, right. Okay, you took 90 days, and I'm on you, boy. I'm on you like stink on a skunk. But here you go. That's just my strategy. That's my skill set. So here, like this 001, the mirror of it is 556. Working with the law average, you know it. You ain't guessing. A lot of people used to say, well, I always play the mirrors with the number you playing, because they'll mirror the number on you. But that's not a reason to play it. That happens. What you need to know is that mirror ain't failed with the number you playing. Then you play it. That's how you win. You got to know that the mirror hasn't failed. Then play it with the number that you play. If you're playing this 001 and the 556 fail, then I might not play it like that. What I'm looking for out these columns is the number and its opposite that hadn't failed. But if I know a column ain't failed for 120 days and I win, I'm playing this whole column 50-cent box. Especially if it ain't failed 120 days. Okay? And then here with the doubles that I like about them, you see the 001 and it's 011. And I'm looking for the mirrors and the opposite that ain't played. And I'm going to look for, say the zero, let's stick with it, the 001, this 556, and then this 011, and this 566 ain't played. That's four of those, and I know that. I'm playing them four because they're opposite and mirror each other. And especially if I didn't track for the whole year with a yearly sheet, and I find that, then I'm playing all those four over into the next year. Because working with the law average, one of those four are going to come in. And that's how I do that. And that's pretty much. You want to look for any of the numbers. If you find four of them come in, like you find a number ain't came in 120 days, you definitely want to play the 001, the 556, and say the 223, and the it's mirror 778 ain't played. You want to play those four. If you don't play the whole column, 50-cent box on those four. So you can budget. You can build your skill set and your strategy using it. Okay. All righty. Now let me go here, and well, you all know the tick. You know what my thoughts are, the tic-tac-toes and all those different rundowns. If you're not playing a total strategy, you know, you're playing in the dark, or you're playing a loser's game. Okay, and here is in Illinois, showing you the numbers. I went back for a whole year, tracked Illinois numbers, and I'll show you. at the end of the year, you're gonna make it. You're gonna have an annual sheet to go with your monthly sheets that you're gonna do every month. Okay. So when I got to Illinois, I made out my annual sheet. I went back and I just did the doubles and the singles, and see where I crossed out everything that came for the singles. I crossed out, I marked out, and then whatever is left, which is these numbers here for the singles, or the numbers I'm looking at playing. These already hit. Everything I got underlined in red already hit in April. Okay. This is what you're going. This is going to be your heavy lifting. You're going to take one of these sheets, and you're going to have to go back. I went back 12 months. Once you use this app right here, it's going to be easy to track them, and go back. Okay, it's going to be easy to track and go back. It took me about off and on 4 hours. Now I used to do this longhand before they had this calculator. So if you want to win, you do what it takes. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do what it takes. All right. But after that, it's all downhill because you're just tracking the numbers, and it ain't gonna take you but a minute. Here, these are numbers. And what I do, like I say, play responsibly. I build me a bucket list out of the numbers. All right? Like here, out of the bucket list of numbers, let's see. I'm playing 781. When I hit, I got a bucket list number. I got the 781 on my bucket list, 782 and 784. Reason being, two like numbers. I know and these numbers ain't failed yet since last year. And then here, these are hot right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they got two like numbers. Didn't hit last year. You got the 027, the 127, the 227, the 277, and the 782, and the 792. Now years ago, that 262 that fell yesterday would have upset me, but I ain't upset. I just got to wait them out. I know I got to play it. I know it's gonna show up working with the law average. So, but when I hit, I ain't lost. I know I can go back to playing this or play these. And see here, this 784 and this 804, I left it on here. It hit the first day of the month of May. It came 084. And then this fell in April, I think the last week of April, this 916. See, all these numbers got to rotate. You got 1,000 numbers. It takes 3 years if you starting tracking those 1,000, it's going to take 3 years for those 1,000 numbers to come out, because all you got is 1/3 of those numbers, and you have to use the law average to figure out what numbers to play. And you have to, what numbers didn't play last year, I roll over into the next year. I used to start from scratch, and I knew something was wrong because I was too off and I wasn't winning. I said, well, now what I'm doing wrong here? And what I realized, that the numbers that didn't fall in 2023 was showing up in 2024. That's why I carry the numbers over from year to year to see what hasn't played. And I look for the numbers that mirror each other and opposite of that didn't play, and I definitely carry them over to play. And like I said, it had two like numbers. See how they had these two like numbers? That's why I was playing them. This here had two like numbers out of numbers that didn't play last year. The 561 and the 916, and that's my bucket list of numbers to play. So I'll be playing these here. Okay. Let's see what else I got here. And then the doubles. is the doubles here. And here I build my bucket list for the doubles. You can screenshot that if you want. And you're going to have more doubles left every year more than you have probably because they run slower than singles. And then, triples, you're gonna have most of them left because you're only going to get 3 out a year. So you're going to have the doubles. So these are doubles I found I hadn't played, so I carried them over. And then I made me a bucket list on those. And there are 455, 557, 255, 155, 055. And here, I don't know why I must not have my pencil, but the 228, the 223 fell. I don't know why I didn't underline it. The 223 fell. Hit. Okay. And here what I told you all earlier about when you do a double and the mirror don't fall. See the 778, the 788, this 223, and this 233, they mirror each other. All right. So I definitely play them when they come over, don't fall the following year. I carry them over. You know what doubles to play. You're not guessing what doubles to play. All right. So the 223 came in recently. And then here's these two numbers here. It's the 001 and the 011. And if you, okay. And then here's the 044 and the 004 and the 044. And you see that 262 just fell off of this 004 for yesterday. But like I said, you won't be bent out of shape if you're tracking your numbers. You're going to realize you can track them all, but you're not going to hit them all, okay? And you can't play them all. But it beats playing in the dark. And then here's the front pairs and back pairs. That I tracked. And let's see, where's the red pen at? So you can see, hopefully you can see the red better than the black. I underlined it. This 04 came in, I hit 047 when it came in. And that's just been over here 4 months. And I knew that the 04 front hadn't played. So like I told you all how to wheel the numbers down, I did 040, 041, 042, 043, 047 and hit it straight. And did, because I hit the 047. Okay. This is the front pair. And then you got the 05 and the 65 front pair and the 79. Now I think I think 05 something came midday yesterday, but I'm not playing midday. It don't bother me. Okay. And then 79 front hit. So I played, it came 798. And the 02 came back. I think it was. And so you still got these on the front, you got the 05 front and the 65 pair left. And you got your 07 back and your 30 back, your 81 back, and your 97 back. So I'm looking for some of those back pairs to pick up the hitting. If not this month, for sure next month. That's the strategies. Okay. See. Like I was saying with the we're gonna have a chat at the end of the video Let's see. This is another one I want to get to everybody here. Many of the rundowns and the tic-tac-toes is trying to find a number after hindsight, and you're going to be able to do that with 95% of those numbers, because you can flip and mirror any number you want to make it work. Just like here. Let's say 901 came in. So using the +1 strategy, you're going to go counterclockwise. You're going to add 1 to 1, you get 2, 1 to 2, you get 3, 1 to 3, you get 4, then you go down here, 1 to 4, you get 5, 1 to 5, you get 6, 1 to 6, you get 7. So whatever these numbers are that you're going to get out of this tic-tac-toe, you're going to say, all right, I'm going to do 9, 4, 3, 5, 0, 2, 6, 7, 1. Then you're going to go down. You're going to go 9, 5, 6, 4, 0, 7, 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go to do all the corners. Make the 7, 7, 1, 2, the 2, 3, 4, the 4, 9, 5, the 5, 6, 7. And all them numbers, you don't know why you playing them. You ain't no smarter than you was yesterday. If you ain't tracking all 1,000 numbers, know why you would be playing them numbers. Because then they say, oh, yeah, this strategy works because, say that next day, 948 came in. But 948 ain't none of these numbers. But you can mirror it or flip it to be whatever you want it to be. That's why I say you're going to get 90% of those numbers every time you do that every day. Because here you have, they'll say, and this is what they do if you follow them, they'll say, and I was guilty of this stuff too, doing it this way, thinking this was right, the right way to go. But you go, you got 948. Say 948 came out. Then first thing they don't say, oh, there it was in the tic-tac-toe. I should have mirrored. You got to know your mirrors. You should have flipped that 3 and mirrored that 3 and made it an 8. You're gonna get 9% of these numbers like that. Or they'll say, oh, you should have flipped it and made it a 6 on the end. And there it is, right there. You know it worked, because there the number is. There the number is. All right? You can't go like that. You have to have a total winning strategy. And the only total winning strategy out here is tracking. If it's not mine or maybe somebody else or whatever they're using, if you ain't tracking all 1,000 numbers, you're playing a loser's game. You have to use the law average to your advantage to see what's going on with all 1,000 numbers. And when you can track the front pair and the back pair, the single pair, single digit, and know what number in this opposite play, then there's no guesswork. Other than that, you're going to be not knowing why you're playing your numbers, and no strategy and no skill set. Every time you use PICK-3 at a glance strategy, you're going to be learning something, because you're going to know what all those 1,000 numbers are doing. And I just gave you the strategy on how to use it. And the skill set is going to be up to you, how dedicated you are to playing, being a winner and getting in the winner circle. Okay? So like I said, out of all these numbers, you come up with these numbers, and it's 948 not in there. All right, let's go to the Q&A, questions and answers. Let me see if I can get this up here right. Let's see. Come on up here now. Yeah, for a fee. Hey, Miss Pepsi, I'm gonna give you a call. I tried to call you the other day. I think it went to your voicemail. I haven't talked to you in a while. Hey, Thunderhawk 69. Did you email me yet? All right. Anybody have any questions that I might have missed? I think this phone here, every time I guess I'm down as far as I can go. Anybody got any questions about the PICK-3 at a glance strategy? It'll open your eyes. Like you said, there's the websites you can go back and track your numbers on your state. Um, yeah, because they stopped going, and you notice see how they did this with a lot of these websites. I haven't went all the way back on Illinois. I think you can go back a year on them, but you used to go back 2, 3 years on the website itself, and then they cut it out because I think they figured out people learn how to win. Uh, uh, Tracking their own numbers. Tracking was the key because a lot of these websites have changed since I started 30 years ago, and not to our advantage. Because there's some stuff they don't want you to be able to do. Any other questions? It's the Q&A. Q&A time. And say we in the home of no tic-tac-toe, no date sum, no grid, no root sums. Oh, for them do. You know what? That can happen. But you tracking, so you know that, right? Tracy Robinson. Uh, but like I said, you can track them all, but you can't play them all. That can happen. That four numbers will hit off a rundown in a month, but you know what's going on with it. You ain't guessing. You're gonna see that a lot. I mean, well, not a lot, but that'll happen. That's a good thing if you're doing a 1-1 rundown on the number. And like I say, you build your skill set and strategy, and it let you know whether you want to stay on that column and play off that column or not. I've had a column to hit exact 1 year. All the numbers came 1 year, and I stayed on it because it was so hot, and the numbers were coming exact, and I've won that way. And I think Callie did they come exact, Tracy, or did they come box? And I think Callie has that fireball, a wild ball, wild ball. Oh, okay. 361 was straight. Okay, so uh, I would say that's a good column to really pay attention to. I really would. And you want to look what you want to look for is see what other numbers come straight off of that column, off of that number, and off that column too. And no wild ball. That's I'm gonna say that's great for right now because we have only had it in Missouri for 1 year, and I just got in Illinois, and I understand they had it a while. So I'm looking really deep into this extra ball thing. And like I say, I think it turned the PICK-3 into the PICK-4. That's somewhat my strategy. I'm thinking. I'm still not saying, but I'm still. I mean, we're still hitting, but I'm still a little bit shaky about it. Still a little shaky about that added ball. I still think it's doing something to the PICK-3 numbers. They didn't. I know they didn't add it for our benefit. Believe me. So the states that my theory is, if you ain't got a fireball or that extra ball to that PICK-3, it's coming your way soon. Cause there's a win-win for them. Cause you got to pay for that extra ball. Then, like I said, that extra ball is doing something with the PICK-3. But we'll see, and I'll see. I have a more definite period once I tweak things a little bit with watching it, where I can go with it, and see the best angle to get them on. But right now, we'll be fine if you look at the pairs and be sure to look at mirroring your numbers, because you know the mirror that if they running that hot, and if you got a number like say that 361 fall twice in that month, that next month you want to play it as the 361 and its mirror 816. You want to play those two. That's how I do it. If I see a number hits twice in that month, I play it that opposite month, the next month, both of them, it and its mirror, off that column. Any other questions? We all knew one time, don't be shy. Ain't no such thing as a dumb question. That's what my teacher told me, and I wore her out. I asked so many questions. I think she's sorry she told me that. Yep, that 816 is on the list. I don't know why YouTube got this heart in the way where you can't read what's going on with your comments. They could get rid of that heart. We don't need it. And then somebody explain to me why we do. It's blocking what we can see. I'm about to send them a message on that. Say, don't y'all know that heart? We can't read what we want to see. We don't need it if it ain't serving no purpose, because I ain't never used it. I'm gonna have to get with YouTube and their help thing, because of some things I see that they could do different. Especially they were saying that the comments wasn't being kept. And they already sent out a message that they're working on that. Because sometimes people put a comment on your channel and you don't even see the comment, or all of a sudden it disappears. And then I think people believe that you ain't responding to their questions. All right, any more questions? And I like to demonstrate to everybody. How easy it is each day to track your numbers for your own state. It's very simple. And if you're using the strategy, you'll see it. Like the 262 came in. All you got to do is go to the double page. Mark off the 262. Bam. Then let's go do the pairs right quick. Front pair, back pair. Do the front pair, back pair. Bam, bam. You're done. Then let's go to the other three strategies. Bam, bam. You're going to mark that off, circle these, and do the single digits, and you're done. You can go outside and play now. You go outside and play. That's it. If you tracking it, you gonna know, always know what's going on with them numbers at a glance, and what columns, and easily refer back to everything. All right. Any other questions? While we on here and anybody asks questions, I can come in. I'm gonna do this here too. Here's what I'm playing in Illinois. This is my little budget that I stick with pretty much, pretty close. I know that my birthday didn't fall 927 last year tracking. You see that was on that one list with the 27. Marked it off. I play a straight box. I'm playing the 792 and the 297 because I know the 79 on the front hadn't failed all last year and the 97 on the back hadn't failed. Now, another thing I would pick up too, if I wanted to, I'd add that 797 and that 997. I play it, what I would play it is 997 and 797 or 799 pair, that double pair for sure. But you can't play them all. You don't want to burn your money up. So I had to stick with this because I'm playing the 792 and 297 50 cents straight. Okay, but I know why I'm playing my number. And there's 227 and 277. They didn't come and they doubles. And I'm playing them 50-cent box. That gives me $3 I'm playing daily. And then if I want to play $4 extra, I play that 7-9 on the front and then 9-7 on the back. That's why I was telling you I played 7-9-7 straight box or 7-9-9 straight box. Make that one of the numbers, even though it didn't come in. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Do it look good? Thank you. I appreciate you. Miss Pepsi is one of my subscribers. She's had my back. She's been with me a long time and done some good work for me. She helped with putting some sheets together with PICK-3 at a glance. Couldn't have did it without her. She's greatly appreciated. Yeah, greatly appreciated. So, so that would be basically it's a total of $4. And if I want to cut back, I'll cut back on the two straights and use the doubles and the front pair, back pair like that. You'll be able to build your strategy. Stick to a budget. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be it, family. Everything's winding down. I guess I'll upload the video. So like I always say, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. And if you tracking, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town.